And if you like what you're watching, smash that like button and give us 1,000 likes or more. And your headlines for this afternoon include 5 reasons why Daniel Bryan has been added to Roman Reigns vs. Edge for the Universal title. WWE wrestler shocks fans with change, a huge transformation. Triple H becoming difficult to meet with for WWE talent. Brock Lesnar and JBL ribbing each other almost once caused a disaster. WWE plans to continue cashing in on WCW name. Major heel turn on Smackdown, and more. We're starting this video with the news from Smackdown, as Daniel Bryan has been added to the WrestleMania 37 Universal title match. Now, that match will be a triple threat featuring Bryan, Edge, and Roman Reigns, and here are 5 reasons why that match has been changed. Number 5. 3 comeback stories are bigger than 2. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge have a lot in common. All 3 are former world champions, and they know what it's like to headline WrestleMania. What fans may have overlooked is that all 3 have come back from career-ending situations, with Edge returning last year after his 2011 retirement, whilst Bryan retired in 2016 due to multiple concussions, only to return better than ever 2 years later. As for Reigns, his last Universal title reign ended in late 2018 when his leukemia returned, and he fought the biggest battle of his life for months to beat it, and has since reclaimed the Universal Championship. This WrestleMania main event is the product of 3 heroic WWE comebacks, with each one different in their own ways. Though Reigns and Edge may be heels, all 3 superstars are inspirations, and the fact that all 3 will face off when there was years such a match seemed impossible cannot be understated. Number 4. It gives Edge more creative freedom. The Universal title match will be Edge's first proper match with a live crowd since his Royal Rumble 2020 return last year, and it's great for him, especially that Bryan has been added. Not only does adding Bryan ease the burden of Edge going into the match, it also allows him to flourish as a character. Since his January 2020 return, Edge has been an upfront babyface until this week, where the Rated R superstar proved why many of his greatest moments in WWE came whilst being a despicable heel. A singles match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania would have forced him to remain a good guy for a while longer, whilst adding Bryan now gives Edge someone to be a heel against, following up from his heelish promos in the run-up to Fastlane. The 11-time world champion is infinitely better as a heel than as a face, and with Bryan now in the match, Edge has a chance to show just how good he is at being bad. Number 3. This will be Bryan's last WrestleMania match as a full-time superstar. Daniel Bryan time at WrestleMania is a roller coaster, with lows of losing the world title match in 18 seconds to Sheamus, to his greatest triumph at WrestleMania 30 when he won the main event triple threat match against 2 larger superstars. With Bryan added to the match, fans are asking if history could repeat itself 7 years later. This might be Bryan's last chance to win another world title in WWE, as his full-time superstar contract is coming to an end, and Bryan has said that 2021 will be his last year as a full-time performer. We all know that WWE isn't against putting the world title on a part-timer. We're looking at you, Lesnar and Goldberg, though we expect Bryan would rather put over new stars than main event another Mania as a part-timer. Daniel Bryan absolutely deserves the success he has, as his consistency in the ring and on the microphone warrants another main event WrestleMania, but whether that culminates in becoming Universal Champion is another story. Number 2. It helps Edge and Reigns. WWE's rationale for adding Daniel Bryan to the match isn't all that complicated. In the past year, there's been fewer stars more protected on screen than Edge and Roman Reigns, and WWE doesn't want that pattern to change now. Bryan is a star of the highest caliber and enhances any match or storyline he is a part of, and this has been proven with how over he remains despite a series of losses in recent months. Despite Jey Uso, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro all having wins over him, Bryan remains a credible threat and worthy of the main event of WrestleMania thanks to his incredible ability in the ring. He could take that ability and put over either Edge or Reigns at the event, so the other one does not have to take the fall. This makes a lot of sense, especially if WWE plans on having the Rated R superstar and WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. If Edge pins Bryan to win, Reigns remains strong and has a valid claim for a rematch against the new champion. Adding Bryan to the match not only protects Edge and Reigns, it also could set up a feud immediately after the show. And whilst Bryan is the most likely to take the fall next month, fans can't rule out an upset win by the Yes Movement leader. Number 1. WrestleMania 37 is now far more exciting and less predictable. Even if Bryan has been added to the WrestleMania match just to take the fall, we will not be aware of it until this match happens, and we're expecting an excellent triple threat. As previously mentioned, all three are defined by their will to succeed, even in the face of great adversity, and we're confident that April 11th will be no different, as all three will compete for the richest prize on Smackdown. Since turning heel, Reigns has put on show-stealing matches as champion, and Edge has proven that he can go the distance since his comeback in 2020. As for Bryan, his career speaks for itself, and fans should expect a Match of the Year candidate to close out Night 2. Arguably, the best thing about this match, though, is that there isn't a clear winner, as all three could feasibly walk out of Tampa as champion. Since his title win last August, Reigns has been a dominant champion. Fans know that Bryan can pull off an upset win, whilst it's been expected for months that Edge's return will culminate with a 12th World Championship win. Making the Universal title match a triple threat was a fantastic call, as it's opened up so many possibilities, and though the line "anything can happen in WWE" is a cliche, it's very appropriate for WrestleMania 37's main event. That match isn't the only big news today, as the Honky Tonk Man recently posted an unrecognizable selfie. Ditching his long sideburns and his slicked back hair, the former Intercontinental Champion looks unrecognizable, as now he's sporting long white hair and a beard. The caption indicated that he's having some trust issues, but fans were more focused on his change of look. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2019, Honky has kept the same look up until recently. And would you have recognized the WWE legend? Let us know in the comments. As the COO of WWE and the head of NXT, the Game has a lot on his plate, and Fightful Select are reporting that he's getting especially hard to meet. One source who spoke to Fightful said that even some of the higher-ups in WWE are struggling to get through to him sometimes, though Triple H has been making an effort to be more available recently, saying that he's present at more Raw tapings than usual in 2021. It's certainly easier for Triple H to be at Raw tapings now that they all emanate from the same location, but that hasn't stopped Triple H's busy schedule, meaning that most employees can't get a word in with him. Brock Lesnar is one of wrestling's most legitimate stars, and proved that when he joined the UFC, but he's also a notorious prankster. That's something JBL revealed during an interview with the Bowling Alley, as he told an amusing story involving the Beast and a bowl of Lucky Charms. He said, "Brock and I are good friends. He's sitting there, and I've got some Lucky Charms in my hand. This was a couple of years ago, and I was just gonna pop them in my mouth. I was in catering. Brock comes by and hits my hand, and they go all over the place. He thought it was funny. I go by Brock, and he's on the phone, and I hit his elbow, and when I do, I knock the phone down the hall. I didn't mean to. I thought, you know what, I'll just keep walking. And Brock grabbed me, pulled me in, and I said, 'Brock, I don't know what you've hurt, but you've hurt me somewhere. If you let me go, I'll assess the damage, I promise.' And Brock just, ha 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 ha." Brock hasn't been seen in WWE since his WrestleMania 36 loss to Drew McIntyre, and whilst it's unclear when he'll appear next, at least JBL can eat his Lucky Charms in peace. This week marked 20 years since WWE purchased WCW, and since then, Vince McMahon has used the WCW name for all sorts of storylines and merchandise. That trend will continue, as Heel by Nature reports that on March 22nd, WWE filed a new trademark for WCW with the US Patent and Trademark Office. It's worth pointing out that this trademark was for merchandise purposes and doesn't hint at a possible WCW revival. And after 20 years, WWE are more than happy to continue cashing in on the WCW name. On this week's SmackDown, Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in an entertaining Fastlane rematch and delivered a post-match beatdown. It was this attack that prompted Cesaro to return, and whilst the Messiah narrowly escaped a big swing, he wasn't as lucky later on. Furious backstage, Rollins challenged Cesaro to a WrestleMania match, and just a minute after saying he'll never be swung by the Swiss Cyborg, Rollins was swung by Cesaro backstage. With a match confirmed for the two at WrestleMania, this will be Cesaro's biggest match in WWE to date, and if WWE is all in on pushing him up the card, a win at WrestleMania is essential. And we're ending today with a major change to the SmackDown Women's title picture, as Sasha Banks will seemingly be the heel going into WrestleMania. Ever since she and Bianca Belair lost their women's tag title opportunity, Banks has been frosty to her challenger, labeling the EST as a rookie. That continued on commentary this week, where Banks watched Belair defeat Natalya before attacking her WrestleMania opponent. Even before the attack, Banks was showing her heel side on commentary, demanding Michael Cole call her a Hall of Famer. We're pleased to see that the dynamic between the two will be heel versus face after months of distractions over the women's tag team titles. The storyline with Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Reginald had only cooled down this rivalry, so we're pleased that things are finally heating back up. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.